Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Wattpad Book Club. I'm your host Phoenix, and today I got my little friend over here. I got Joline.
Were you about to say Lego?
I was tripping over my words. I was like, Joline, don't start with
I'm
the
very
L.
obvious. I'm very obviously not Lego.
I hope not.
I'm actually everyone on the server.
That would make so much sense. No wonder why everyone's like, hold on 1 second, whenever I try to call them.
Yeah. The amount of voice AIs I've had to make. Crazy.
They're all really realistic. That's really impressive, especially since we're all usually on a call together. It's just kind of crazy how you can have all those open at the same time and.
I know you so well. I know what people are gonna say.
Yeah.
Shit. Our streak.
What streak?
What do you mean? What streak?
Is it
on TikTok?
Okay, I thought I sent you something on TikTok.
Well, I didn't send anything back.
You hate me. Just say it.
My bad. My bad.
Sorry. And speaking of just say you hate me, today we're reading more of the Jinx x Ekko fanfiction from. I actually had to search back to find where the last place was because I couldn't find the story on Wattpad. I couldn't remember the name.
Oh Lord!
This was back in November. Was the last?
Oh shoot! For real?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Been nearly half a year.
I know. It's crazy shit out here. To be fair, the wheel hasn't been very generous with giving us this choice, so not our fault.
I mean, we have been begging the wheel for Teru. Well, you've been begging for Teru. I've been begging for Bawiki.
Yeah, and that won't
and
be
then we finally got K-pop last week.
Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing you stopped me from speaking. Yeah, I do be begging for Teru, and
I was like, oh god.
Oh god, maybe we'll get luck on the wheel this time because I really want to read more of the Bawiji. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, more Jinx x Ekko, which funny enough, before me and Joline were gonna be reading this, 2 days before, me and Weirdo started reading a Arcane book as well. So.
Oh wow, that is so fun.
Yeah, it's Kate Vi and Time Bomb.
Oh, so both you get nice.
Yeah, I know, it's so beautiful. We haven't even got the Jinx yet, so I'm really enjoying the story.
Nice. I love it.
Thank you. So what the fuck do you remember?
Some stuff happened, and now Jinx is at Ekko's house.
Perfect.
That's all I remember.
Oh yeah, Jinx is quote-unquote dead, and she's hiding the fact that she's alive from everyone except for Ekko. I think. Oh. See.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me grab my queen. Would you like to be a heads or tails to read first?
I would like to be heads.
Alright, Pug. It's heads!
Okay, gotcha. Listen, I need to go back to Scars. Need to go over to Scars. I'll be back in a few hours, Ekko said. As I placed the dishes in the sink. Make yourself comfortable. You'll be staying here tonight. He left before I could say a word. I was so relieved that I didn't have to sleep in junk another night. And it was thanks to Ekko. He was taking really good care of me. When I think about it deeply enough, instances where he put me first were surface. The broken screwdriver was grasped onto the screw. My little hands were not strong enough to twist it into position. That was my last screw, and wished it would be finished. As I kept trying, the top half of the chomper busted open. Pink dust flew everywhere. Ugh! I grunted in frustration. I was so close! I jumped from my bed, throwing the remainder of the chomper across the room. A loud bang spread in the quiet air as it hit the crusty walls. I hugged my knees and leaned my head on them. Why do they never work? I mumbled to myself. I didn't mumble at all, but okay. My dad. Powder? Someone called out from the stairs. It was Ekko. What happened? He asked. Nothing. I groaned. Putting my head on my knees. I listened to his frequent footsteps as he came downstairs. After pausing for a few minutes, he sat on the edge of my bed. Why was he here? I just wanted to be alone. Where's everyone? He asked, referring to Mayoko, Tiger, and Vi. They went on another job, without me. I felt my eyes water. It always made me so upset when they didn't want to take me with them, because I'm a loser. I sniffed. You're stupid for not taking you. They're the real losers, not you, he defended me. I stayed quiet. I brought you something. I turned my head and looked at him in anticipation. He reached for his pocket, took out a small jar, and shook it in front of me, smirking. I burned from excitement. Blue glitter? I immediately grabbed it, mesmerized by the tiny reflections of sapphire particles. Where did you get this? I was in utter disbelief. I jolted towards him, giving him the tightest hug he could tolerate. You're the best little man in the whole universe, I said, my eyes closed to appreciate the rare feeling of elation. He laughed, hugging me back. You feel better now? He asked. I nodded, without letting him go. The memory made me smile. I didn't realize how I finished with the dishes and lunch. I scanned the room, as if looking for things to do. Feeling an itch on my back, I reached to soothe it. I thought a shower suddenly. The thought of a shower suddenly felt so lovely. I found a clean towel, untangled my braid, and turned the water heated so high that I practically melted. Satisfied with my cleanness, I spent the next few hours relaxed, fingered with a log for a little bit, read some of Ekko's books, munched on an apple. The clock read 6, then 7, then 8.
Sorry.
He was still not back. In a way, I started to miss him. I went over to his desk, noticing a bound leather notebook. Flipping through, I saw text diagrams, scribbles of procedures, various blueprints. Curiosity urged me to fast forward to the last page. More diagrams. These looked a lot like blueprints that looked a lot like the blueprints that lit on his desk and were most likely related to the multiverse invention he was working on. There was one image that stood out to me. He drew a profile of a faceless girl. Her hair was shaded, portraying dark hair. She had the most awful hairstyle imaginable, bangs with space buns. Below the drawing, he wrote in floppy lowercase letters, "Always and only for you." Who was she? Was she his girlfriend? How long have they known each other? How did they meet? Where was she? Not that I cared.
Ooh,
Annoyed.
someone's jealous.
Silly thing to be jealous about, but
Yeah.
annoyed, I closed the lab book and started to study the blueprints. Fascinated, I admired his hard work until something bright caught my attention from outside. I looked through the window and saw Vi. She was coming towards the apartment. Adrenaline rushed through me. My hands tapped all my pockets, looking for any clue of a mask. Nothing. I scanned the room. No mask. Footsteps were approaching. Panicked, I rushed to the first hideout my eyes fancied, the large barrel against the wall with a box on top. I moved the barrel to create more room, squeezed myself in the tight space, positioning the box in such a way that it casted a shadow on any visible part of me. I made it just in time before the door opened. I should have fixed the damn lock, I thought to myself. Vi stood still by the entrance, turning her ear to the middle of the room. Did she hear me? Noticing her gauntlet, she picked it up, testing if it worked. Powering it, she raised her fist, ready to fight. I could hear the sound of my own breathing. Not good. I tried to calm myself as Vi walked forward. She walked through all the rooms, checked all the closets, and even checked the ceiling. A mild relief came over me, realizing I didn't hide up there like I usually do. Then, out of the blue, Ekko walked in, carrying a large white box. Vi turned to him immediately. She relaxed as soon as she recognized him. "You scared the shit out of me," he said. Ekko frowned in confusion. You alright?" he asked her cautiously. "Yeah, I'm fine, but your place isn't. The lock's broken. Someone tried to rob you," she said, pointing at the door. "Oh, that," he started. A loud thump spread across the room as he placed the box on his desk. "I'm in the middle of replacing it, that's why." It surprised me how put together he seemed. There wasn't a hint of panic in him. Using the chance to turn away from Vi, he swiftly examined the room, eyes landing on the barrel. He slid briefly, then looked away. "Ekko, I'm serious. There was someone in here. I heard them." Vi relaxed. "It's probably the wind outside. There's no robbers around here." He brushed her off. I couldn't see Vi as she stepped away from my limited view, but the silence that followed was excruciating. I don't know what the hell's been going on with you these days, but you've been real fishy, he finally said. How's your gauntlet? He tried switching the subject. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, she replied, ignoring his very relevant question. The door slammed. I assumed she left. I prepared to shift around, in preparation to get up. But noticed Ekko place his index on his lip. I stayed low, and the door opened again. Will you stop doing that? Ekko asked, displeased. Double-checking, Vi's voice said, after which the door closed and I finally got up. You okay? Ekko asked, reaching to place his hand on my shoulder. I was still upset about the drawing. I'm fine. I slapped his hand away from me. He looked hurt, but I didn't care. I don't need you to baby me around. What was he doing here with me anyway? What about that, his sweet, basic fun girl? Poor thing is dating a cheater. I found you an apartment a few floors down, he said upsettingly. Perfect. Going there right now. I rushed to the door, but he grabbed my hand to stop me. What's wrong with you? He asked with genuine concern. I'm going to my new apartment, I replied sternly, emphasizing there was absolutely nothing wrong with that sentence or my attitude. You can't go out like that. You're mad, he reminded me. All right. I began to look for it, then he said, You'll need more than that. What? If you're going to stay here a while, you'll need to change your appearance. A little after he added, Ginny, is that right? Every piece of me was so infuriated by him. Every word he said brought out more anger in my nerves, but no matter how much I hated him in the moment, he was right. What are you suggesting? I questioned, irritated. Without another quarrel, he started walking around his apartment, picking up things on his way. What on earth is this man doing? He laid out the objects over his blueprint, scissors, ribbons, belt, scarves, face paint, eyeliner, hair dye. I see where this is going. I watched him, amazed by how many things he had lying around. Look, if you're mad at me about Vi, I'm sorry. I really am, but other than her, there are a lot of people who fuck. There are a lot of people here who will recognize you. So get creative. You're Ginny now. He walked away and plummeted on his couch. I picked up the bottle of hair dye. A smirk formed on my lips when I read the label. Pink? Really? That's the one and only hair dye you have? I raised an eyebrow, judging him. He only comically shrugged. A few hours went by. I still watched me fix my hair for a while, but sleep took the best of him. I cut my hair short, just below my shoulders. I didn't have the heart to touch my bands, so they remained the same. After dyeing my hair pink, I took a high ponytail. My fashion sense lacked inspiration, so I wrapped a green scarf around my neck to match Ekko's orange one. Tattoos had to be covered somehow, and I fixed the issue by cleaning the jacket that was on the floor. I could deal without it. The fit was definitely too big, but I was into the style. I checked myself out in the mirror. Voila! That was Ginny. I shook Ekko awake to reveal my new look. His eyes widened almost instantly, as if he hadn't even slept. Whoa, he exclaimed calmly. I give an exciting little 360 spin. You're beautiful. My eyebrows raised at the unexpected compliment. I mean, not that you weren't beautiful before, but, his hand reached to the back of his head. Guess he was thinking hard. You're a different beautiful now. You know? I let out a giggle. I know. I said and smiled. Author's note. No offense to any space fun girlies out there. This is just Jinx being Jinx. How's little flashback? And that's honestly my favorite part of this chapter. I thought it was so adorable. I don't know about y'all, but I do not like Ginny. Jinx is just not pink-green type, you know? Ugh. I hated other colors and vibes more, so I just went with it. I'm gonna make the greatest effort to get rid of her ASAP, lol. Hashtag Ginny hater.
Man, 2025 was just around the corner for this person? We're fucking old.
Yeah, this was like when the season came out, like just after, no? How long's it been?
I don't know.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, it came out 2024.
If you say so, like, I don't remember.
can't remember. I can't remember either.
Alright, switch it back to Ekko. I got this. Joline, I'm scared. I don't got this anymore.
Yes, you do. What do you mean?
I got scared of words.
Don't be scared. Take some deep breaths. As I try to stall for time before I can see this word. What the hell this word is?
It's the.
The. Wait, is it like SpongeBob the?
Yeah, it's really big.
Oh shit.
It's 0.1 size font bigger than the other words. It's so intimidating.
Oh lord. I'm terrified.
Don't worry, I got this. Alright, 10. Ekko. The distant sound of metal clanking on metal woke me up.
Distinct.
I opened my eyes, finding myself on the couch. I told Jinx to sleep in my bed after we fixed the goddamn lock, and she surprisingly didn't argue with me. No complaints, though. When I sat up, the first thing I noticed was her bright pink hair. It was something I had to get used to. She was picking at the purifier on my desk. My legs walked me over to her. I'm glad to specify that it was his legs. I'd be really concerned if his arms did it. Good morning, I said kindly. Shh, I'm almost done. It was a nice way to greet someone this early in this early hour. It seemed like she was freaking out that the purifier was broken and it was attempting to fix it. I appreciate your help with this, but it's alright. I can do it. You're unfamiliar with the mechanism. Don't worry, I figured it out. The motor was broken, so I fixed that, and the connectivity of the transmitters were weak, so that's why the alarm system didn't go off when the motor died. She looked at me, removed her safety goggles. I got this. You can go back to bed, Sleeping Beauty, she smirked. Thanks, but I'd prefer to be productive. I rolled my eyes. I'll make us breakfast. Woo, best chef in town, she added. I laughed at the response. In response. Well, I started opening the door to the new apartment. This is it. Jinx looked around the space admirably. Shivers were all that I felt. I couldn't believe she was here, that she was going to live here. There's tons of room. We can do our research here. Your cave is far too cluttered. I couldn't help but feel offended at her remark, although she had a point. I agreed. You can bring your multiverse device too. Get it out of your way, she offered. A drop of anxiety rushed through my blood. I'd rather her not talk about that. In an attempt to close the subject, I said it would be better to stay at my place. My effort failed. Why? She asked. What is so special about it that you keep it hidden from me? The drop running through my blood transformed into a pool as she went on. Why are you making it anyway? What's this obscure desire to find another universe? An ocean. And based off the dates in your notebook, you've been doing this for at least 5 years. Why do you... Stop. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to shut her up. We'll work on the arcane destruction whenever you wish. End of the conversation, I turned to leave. If another universe does exist, she started, it's possible that the arcane was never discovered there. So? No one there knows about the gemstones what the gemstones can do, meaning no one bothers looking for them. I remember collecting pieces of the arcane in the alternative universe. No one has touched them in all those years. Triggered by my lack of response, Jinx edged me. She's doing what to you?
Yeah, edging? That's crazy. No.
Hold on, I'm gonna make that the fucking thumbnail title.
So funny.
I'm so funny. Alright. Oh yeah, where the fuck was the edging part? Oh, here you go. You catch on there, mister? We could hide the gemstones there, Jinx. You're a genius. I turned back to her and watched her sarcastically place her hands on her hips. I smiled, and then I felt my smile fade away. Hope left me just as quickly as it came, but not quicker. I was not ready to hit Jinx with the realization that had just hit me. Her plan would not work. Now, she began. You obviously don't like talking about it, but let me just ask. What's the problem with the device? What's missing? I sighed in despair. She just asked.
Oh, Lord.
I love Monokuma. She just asked a question I kept asking myself all these years. Only difference is that I knew what was missing. A brutal fight started within me. One thought was urging me to tell her the whole story, while the other engaged in disclosing only the minimum. It's missing a gemstone, I finally answered. Jinx opened her mouth to speak, but almost immediately changed her mind. The dilemma was clear. We couldn't use gemstones to hide the gemstones. It doesn't respond to other power sources, believe me, I tried them all. Well, okay, well then, I guess we should start easy. Let's fire it up with the gemstone, she said, casually while reaching into her pocket, and my eyes widened. You understand this is highly illegal. The other day someone was surprised I was worried about risks, no? She mocked me. My vocals came out a quick hum, admiring her wittiness. Excitement suddenly wrapped me off. Excitement suddenly wrapped me from all around. There was something to look forward to, somewhere to input ambition. I looked into her eyes, silently thanking her for this opportunity. Her simple presence was enough for me to believe that there was a God who creates angels and frees them into the world. Perhaps he sent her to me. Man, that's a nice thought. I disagree, though, but go off, King.
That's so funny.
I figured my lengthy stare might have made her uncomfortable, since she started to awkwardly play with her disorienting pink hair. We can start today, she said. Jinx, this could take years. She shrugs. I'm in no rush. What about Bilgewater? I asked. Considering her involvement there, she probably wanted to return. There's nothing there for me to go back to. A sudden mood consumed her. I let the reason of her sorrow remain a mystery. I nodded, accepting the situation, trying to process the circumstances. Okay, I finally said, thinking out loud. I need to get some work done, but I'll come back in the evening. She said something, but I wasn't listening. Oh, almost forgot. I pulled out a card from my shoulder bag that I prepared earlier, giving it to her. Take this. It's a temporary slip to get food and supplies around here. As long as you don't request anything outside the written region, you're good. When people get to know you and start to trust you, you won't need it anymore. As I said, it's just temporary. When she took the slip, I noticed her mechanical metal nublet. It worried me. It could be a coincidence that her facial features looked a lot like Jinx, but with a second coincidence, such as matching nublets. It could cause skepticism. I took a mental note to get her gloves. She thanked me for the slip and I left. I headed to the core after dropping off the water purifier at Sector 3. There was some work to do around the office, so I did that before moving on to Jinx's file. It didn't take me long to write up before I left all elaborate / explain questions blank. Just wrote the bare minimum. As I was placing the file into the storage cabinet, Scar walked in. That's your girlfriend's file? He asked. God, he was annoying. She's not my girlfriend. Cut it off, will ya? Well, give me a name. I don't know what to call her, he says innocently. I told him it's Jane. He said it was a pretty one. Have you talked to Mika at all? I asked him curiously. Well, I tried, but he won't tell me what made him so angry. Says he's not allowed to say. Mika could be angered, but he sure was good at keeping secrets. Smart little guy. You know, if I came by today, Scar continued, I sent him a confused look, pushing him to explain. Apparently you've been acting odd lately. She came to find out more information from me. Pause. Why didn't you tell me you've been robbed, man? Now you too? I wasn't robbed. My lock broke, so I was replacing it. I defended myself, infuriated. Okay, calm down, bud. Don't stress. Thanks for your advice, but I have to go. I grabbed my bag and left. Bye, Scar. A few minutes passed until I realized that I left my watch in the storage room. I cursed under my breath, realizing I had to go back. Scar was on my nerves already, so I thought of having to see him again without the chance to cool off what was not a pleasant one. I took a deep breath, gathering myself and headed back. When I entered the storage room, I found Scar's back facing me. He had a file open in his hands. I felt tension build in my stomach. He wasn't an investigator, nor a member of the crew. He had no right to read files. He shut it the moment he noticed I returned, but that instance was enough for me to know whose file it was. Ginny's. Scar, what are you doing? I spoke quietly and seriously. He answered with such confidence made me sick. The crew asked for a file. I came to grab it. You were reading a file. Her file, I said, addressing both issues at once. A mix of extreme dejection and resentment filled every inch of my entire being. He didn't trust me and felt the need to go as far as breaking the most standard rules in this community. How did our loyalty to one another disintegrate this rapidly? Scar sighed. You were hiding things from me. Not just me, Vi, the crew. There's barely any words in this file. You even had Mika keep his mouth shut for you. If I am hiding something, there must be a good reason. You are not to judge my decisions without knowing anything. Tell me then, so that I know, he yells. I'm starting to think that you'll get killed for whatever you're hiding. At least I can back you up if I know. It was as if steam was exiting my nostrils. My breath was so thick and warm. I won't give you away. No matter how shitty your situation is, just tell me. He wasn't going to back off, not now that I had admitted my secrecy. The only way out was to tell him. However, it didn't mean I had to disclose everything. Happy New Year! I've been reading recent comments and y'all are lovely hearts. There's so many Ekko X Jinx fanfictions out there. I can't express how happy I am that you choose to read this one, smiley face. So there you go. I will not let you down, teehee, at least I hope. XZ. Short note of this, nothing to share except gratitude. Smile heart.
That's cute. It's long past sunset. Ekko was either still working, roaming the streets, or with this space fun girl. He could have just forgotten about me, which seems the most probable of all options. Sleep was starting to make its way through my tiredness. I thought of the chamomile tea I got today, deciding to brew it. It didn't taste nearly as good as Ekko's. I probably brewed it wrong, considering I've never brewed tea before. Frankly speaking, I didn't really like his tea either, but something about it made me want more. Maybe tea drinkers are secretly drug addicts. Can confirm, tea drinkers are drug addicts. I mean, not drug addicts. Tea is an addiction.
Damn, call me an addict then, the way I be drinking this tea.
I'm drinking tea right now.
Damn, Jolie, we have places that can help you.
Look, it's not even that bad. It's just rooibos. Rooibos? Rooibos?
It's an addiction. I
Look,
can't believe you would do this. We have a family.
you know, sometimes you need a little escape from things.
I can't believe you. I'm going over to my mother's.
My relaxation abruptly ruined when I heard the door burst open. I must have forgotten to lock it. Look who it is, I exclaimed, rolling my eyes. Shockingly, Ekko was completely out of breath, panting like a dog. There was so much stuff on him, too many bags. I told him, he said, still panting. Told who? Scar. I told Scar. Told him when? That we're working together. Does he know who I am? No. Does he know about the gemstones? No. Oh. I found myself utterly confused. Then what are you panicking for? I'm not panicking, I'm exhausted. And why's that? He just looked at me in disappointment. Finally, slowing his breathing. Do you see how much shit I have in my hands? It's not so easy to carry all of this, you know. That's certainly a lot of shit. He dropped everything on the floor as well as himself. I walked over to him. I see you're very comfortable on the hardwood there. Just give me a minute, he said, seeing the teacup in my hand. You're drinking tea? As you can see, surprised. I thought it was too Piltover-esque for you. I guess I had to give it a second chance. I took a sip. So what exactly happened between you and Scar? He sat up, but remained on the floor. I kinda caught him breaking community rules. He was reading your file. I choked on my hot beverage. I have a file? It's protocol to keep Everyone who lives here on record. Anyways, he was worried about me hiding things from him, so I told him that you're a foreigner that came asking for me a few days ago, which was true because it was you. I explained that you needed my help with an invention and that we're working together. He believes you? Seems like it. I filled him in with the more harmless details, of course, but that's not all. He said if I questioned him about my odd behavior, so she's onto something. We need to be careful with that. He paused, thinking. I got you gloves. The hell do I need gloves for? To hide your finger. I looked at my hands, not sure what he was referring to. I understood when my face landed on my middle finger. A weird fuzziness coated my inside. He was good with details. Then he continued, and I brought all my notes and tools. Oh, and I got you a job. Did we read this?
No.
I feel like I'm getting deja vu with the I got you a job bit, but I don't know, maybe I'm just losing it.
No, we ended off at chapter 9.
Gotcha. I don't know. Have we read something else where someone got someone else a job?
I mean, we were sold to a gang leader. I don't know if that's considered a job.
Mob wife application.
I don't know, was it
Bro,
Shanks or something?
what if we hang out with one day and you're like, Joline, I sold you to this one guy. I got you a job. Actually, I sold you.
Yeah. Hope you like it, Jillian.
I hope he doesn't threaten my family I'm pretty sure Carter threatened her family, right? I can't remember her name. Anyway, another point. You what? You need to serve the community somehow. You thought you were gonna live here for free? Alright, fair enough. What's the job? Bartender at the Inventors Lounge. It's a fine place. I think you'll like it there. His thoughtfulness was incredibly heartwarming. It made me smile. Thanks, Ekko. You really did all the dirty work for me. Oh, it's nothing. He brushed me off with a swing of his head. I ignored his words, still feeling very grateful. His exhaustion became significant. Poor guy was running around all day. I put my almost empty cup down at the counter and offered him offered to help him up. Come on, big guy. Up. I announced. He gripped my hand tightly and pulled himself up, realizing that I would not be able to hold on to his muscular build. He relied mostly on his own strength, using my arm only for balance. Still, the impulse of his movement turned out too much for me to handle. So we both stumbled left and right when he rose up. We giggled at the outcome before we went quiet. Our proximity silenced us both. My heart jumped to beat when I felt his breath on my skin. If I were to lean just slightly forward, he'd touch. Funny thing is, neither of us moved. It was as if we were north and south poles and magnets, trying our best not to give in to the laws of physics. Invisible strings growing between us the longer we stood still. I noticed his hand move closer to mine. An electric shiver ran over my skin. His hand was even closer. I could feel the veins pulsating in my palm, but the instant before our hands touched, I pulled away, stepped back. You must be tired, I said, walking away to rinse out the coupling on the counter. You crashed at my gorgeous new home, I said, sprinkling some sarcasm, trying my best to ignore what had just occurred. There are 2 whole bedrooms in here. Did you know that? His lack of wordiness concerned me. I took by looking in his direction. He was watching me, staring, gazing. Maybe all those words combined. Even though, through his weariness, he was putting immense effort to read me. I wouldn't give him the satisfaction. Yeah, sure, he finally spoke. I'll take your offer. He disappeared as he walked through the hallway to the guest bedroom. My guess was that he'd seen that place before. I looked down at my cup and watched the leftover tea leaves swim in the few millimeters of liquid, exhaling the breath I didn't realize I held. Ekko's right. I love being a bartender. Maybe you wonder if I'd be doing this if the last drop of Vander hadn't died. I pretended it was his bar during my shift. The other guys working there even let me reorganize the bottles on display to look like the drop. They were naive, thinking it kept the historical aspect of the famous bar, not knowing the real reason behind my intentions. The place was called the Inventor's Lounge because it quite literally was one. People brought their compact tools and devices, had a drink or two while discussing the progress and tinkering. There was a whole area devoted to young tinkers, too. Some inventors would make toys for kids to play with during their day. They had their own drink menu and all sorts of fun drinks, like Chemtech shots and beer bomb spritz. Of course, we replaced all the liquor with tonic, but sometimes I played around and told the boys that I put actual alcohol in their drink. They'd look at me surprised and excited to pretended to be drunk while I would laugh at their amateur acting skills behind the bar. A little, a little over a week had passed since Echo and I started working on the multiverse device. My living room was basically a laboratory. Books, blueprints, tools, and chalkboards were all over the floor. I won't even mention the table. No room on that thing. We were trying to power the main engine, which Echo had built before my arrival, but we had to modify parts to match the frequencies and the sizing of the gemstones. To keep it short, there were more calculations than actual building. He'd explained some of his calculations to me, even taught me, but today he didn't. He ran into some sort of problem. Where did you learn all this math? I couldn't keep the curiosity pointlessly floating in me any longer. He scribbled another equation. "The professor taught me," he replied, surprised at me. "A professor? Like from Piltover?" Mm-hmm. His gaze remained on his papers. "So you went to school?" "No, it was a long time ago, Jinx." I thought a little longer while he continued writing. "Do you think you could help us, too, in secret?" I go tighten his lips in frustration. "What did I say that was so wrong? I'm trying to work," he yelled at me. It was hard, but I kept my cool. "I'm sorry, you're just distracting," he said, calm now. He got up to get a glass of water from the kitchen. "He can't help us," he started. "He died." "Oh, sorry," I whispered.
Rest in
He
peace.
came back to rest in peace, my granny.
He got hit by a bazooka. Wait, was it Victor or like Jace, or was it someone else?
I forget you haven't seen the second season.
Well, I did get spoiled that those two motherfuckers did die, so like, just tell me.
No. There's so many other details that you haven't picked up on because you haven't seen it. So I'm waiting for you to figure it out. You'll figure it out.
I'm sure they'll tell me.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find out. I wonder if he was always on edge like this. Anything that I said seemed to drive him nuts. I observed her blueprints more carefully, trying to build details that could help with calculations. Then I heard him drop his papers and pen. He leaned back on the couch, eyes closed. "The math is not making sense." "The math's not mathing," he said quietly, rubbing his face with both hands, as if to wake up. We sat in silence for a while. It was getting late, and we were both tired. "Echo?" "What?" He opened his eyes, staring at the ceiling. "What did you need the multiverse trial for? Before I showed up," I spoke softly, hoping my words wouldn't trigger him again. He turned his gaze to me. "I didn't need it," he sighed. "I wanted to meet an old friend again." I tilted my head in confusion, noticing he went on. "I've been in another universe before, with that professor. We didn't know how to get out of it, and spent a lot of time building this." He pointed at our device. "To come back here, I learned the mathematics and physics along the way." He paused. "Again, it was a while ago, before the war." I listened, not allowing myself to think of the occurrences. It was too much to think about. "And your friend?" I asked. "What about them? They're not in this universe?" I thought about the faceless girl in his notebook. What if he wanted to see her? What if he wanted to see someone else? "Girl." His eyes were glued to me. He observed me, focusing entirely as if he was looking for something in me. When he shook his head subtly, I figured he couldn't find what he was searching for. "No," he finally answered. They died when we were still kids." Hold on. I just missed something.
What would you miss?
No, I just... Okay, yeah. I just thought I missed something.
It's all good. But you gotta read the author's note.
Oh, yes. Fuck!
Here, I'll read it for you in my amazing voice. A cue wasteland from Arcane soundtrack, smiley face. Lots of dialogue here. I try to add some comic relief in the first little bit. I wonder how proud my English teacher would be, lol. IDK if that turned out to be funny, as it seemed in my head, but you're one to judge. Tongue out emoji. Guys, I love sci-fi, and the whole universe travel thing is so exhilarating to me. I can't wait to add more twists and turns around that. Hee. Stay tuned. Alright, I'm locking in. I'm so fucking locked in. I'm so help me, let me out. Alright, Ekko 12. Jinx had a late shift tonight, so I decided to work alone. When packing my bag, I took some toiletries and clean clothes in case I needed to stay over at her place. When we had the great momentum and worked late, I usually just slept over. I always took some nicely wrapped chocolates for Mika. It had been over a month since we stopped talking. I've been trying to get our relationship back to how it was, but constantly failed due to his unresponsiveness. It was time to take the matter more seriously. Scar opened the door immediately after my knock. I informed him about needing to talk to Mika. Sure, man, he's in his room. Scar let me in. He's been hardly talking to me. I hope you can sort things out with him. He tapped my shoulder for good luck. Mika's door was closed, but it used to never be closed. It was a small change, but it made me feel uneasy. A small change like this could speak 1,000 words. I gave a gentle knock on his door before turning the handle and walking in. Hey, little man, I said nervously. Mika noticed me, acknowledged my presence, and turned back to whatever he was working on. His expression became instantaneously more serious when he recognized me. Ouch, I walked over to him, watching him unscrew the top of some container. What are you working on? He ignored me. I tried again with sweets. I brought you some chocolate. They're gear-shaped. You can form mechanical systems with them. Isn't that cool? I placed them on his desk beside him. He didn't look at them. An unsettling feeling turned in my stomach. Mika, you need to talk to me. We're family, you know that, right? No reaction. I don't know how many more times to apologize to you. I'm truly sorry. I forced you out that day. What Ginny brought was dangerous. It could hurt you, and I wanted you to be safe. I just wanted to keep you safe, that's all. I'm not mad at you kicked me out, he said. I raised my head quickly. I heard a crack in my neck. Hope. It's skipped in my mind. What? Mika faced me, turning away from his desk. Ever since that genie girl came, we never did anything fun. You replaced me. His words tied guilt around me and held too tightly. Oh, Mika, I didn't replace you. She's my help, and I've been busy helping her, I explained. See? You replaced me. When was the last time you helped me? No, Mika, it's not what I meant. We can hang out and play whatever you want. I'm always welcome to have you in my home anytime. Don't you know that? But I will help you with your gadgets. But don't shut me out this way, okay? I don't need your help anymore, Uncle Ekko, he said, turning back to his desk. I'll solve problems my own way now. Damn, rebellious fucking toddler. I could feel the pounding in my heart thicken. My blood ran cold. My presence in his room felt pointless. He stuck himself in his own world so deep that he couldn't hear me. I let this go on for way too long. Heavy feelings of sadness and defeat told me I had to leave. I went straight to Jinx's place. Work was always the best distraction. I was just passing by a store next to my building when Vi suddenly jumped in front of me and startled me. Hey, bud, she began. Out of all the days to talk, she picked today and she picked now. You've been hard to reach these days. I continued walking and she walked alongside me. Great. How so? Well, you're never home and you're barely at the core. Scar said you do all your work as quickly as you can and leave. Something's wrong with that? I sensed that she wasn't liking my tone, but she ignored it. No, nothing. It's just strange. I didn't respond. There was nothing to say. You want to tell me something? She asked. Tell you what? There must be something that's keeping you from home and work. A friend needs my help, that's what. I'm not vibing with your mood here, she said, nudging me. I didn't give a damn. What friend? New friend, Ginny. Ah, I heard of her. People love at her at that bar she works at. Can I meet her? Sorry, she's at work. Try another day. I quickened my pace to stop her from following me. Thankfully, it worked. I can't wait to see this all crashing down and everyone finds out that's fucking Jinx. I was cleaning the chalkboard from old calculations when Jinx came home. Hey, she said. I greeted her the same way. Any progress, she asked? Yeah, finished the flywheel, maximize its movement of Interia? Yeah, good enough. We just had the main platform left in assembly. Wow, we're moving fast, partner, she said, smiling. I wasn't in the mood to match her energy. She noticed, of course she noticed. What's up with you? Woke up on the wrong side of the bed? I told her about the conversation I had with Mika. It felt nice to let her off my chest. She was so easy to confide in. I mean, we spent years apart. Majority of our lives were spent away from one another. But even after all the changes in both us and the world, it only took us a few weeks to reach such closeness. She became a roommate considering how much we spend in her apartment. A best friend and a family all at once. The boy's growing up, Ekko, she said. You can't just be by his side forever. I know that. I just don't want him to push me away like this. Looking down to the flood, I let out a deep exhale. You know, he comes to the Inventors Lodge sometimes. Really? Why didn't you tell me? I don't know. I didn't want to remind you of him. Jinx came closer and placed her hand on my shoulder to comfort me. I'm sure you mean a lot to him. You work at the kinks. That phrase felt sharp in my ears, even though her voice was cotton candy soft. I've heard her say that before. My gaze focused on her. She gave me a warm smile. Her ambiance glowed in the dim room, radiating a unique energy that coated me with her amenity. Tender, why there's so many fucking big words? Synapse? Good enough. Fired in my brain. Releasing a serotonin high that I longed for all these years. You know, sometimes I see powder in you. Why the fuck would you say that? That's the worst thing to say to her! For what I've seen of season 1.
That's crazy.
I said wholeheartedly. Her smile faded. She blinked, regret replaced with serotonin high. I hated watching her smile dwindle away. I decided to elaborate. Kind, gentle, quirky. Jinx is... well, she's hurt. She's like you're purposely keeping a demon inside of you. Powder isn't. She frowned and turned away from me. Jinx is strong, she argued. Powder's an innocent, weak bitch that never gets anything right. I winced at her words. That's not true. Where are you going with this? She asked, annoyed. You want to call me Powder? Since you hate Jinx so much? Fine. You can make and break the rules here, right, Buster? Forget it, Jinx. I let it out, mentioning her name to let her know that I wasn't calling her Powder. I had enough today. In the heat of the moment, we cleaned up the space quietly. I packed my belongings, about to leave and go home, when I heard something spark behind me. I turned to the sound. Jinx was looking at the engine, spheres in her eyes. Did you see that? She asked. What was it? I wanted to dust the engine, but another spark. I saw it this time. A bright blue light beam, resembling a lightning bolt, started at the center of the engine and reached over to her pocket. This expeditious beam disappeared just as fast as it formed. Jinx stepped back, acting on her instincts. What's happening? She looked at me for answers, but I didn't have anything to give. Take out the gemstones. Slowly. Don't make any sharp movements, she obliged, taking out the small velvet pouch in which she sorted them. She placed it on the ground. We waited, and he smirked in form. False alarm, I guess, she announced, but unlike her, I wasn't going to let this go so quickly. Very carefully, I picked up the pouch, taking out one of the 2 gemstones out. I slowly brought them closer to the engine. We watched a few small sparks, as they were so tiny they were deemed harmless in comparison. I suddenly felt a slight force on the gemstone, as if it was resisting the engine. It must be reaching for the flywheel, I concluded. There's nothing else in here that could create a electromagnetic field for the stone to behave this way. It's much more powerful than I initially assumed. But how? The machine isn't even on. Jinx noticed and I shrugged, wishing I knew. We can add an insulator. It would boost the resistance, Jinx suggested. I shook my head. That would completely isolate the gemstone. The machine would just wouldn't power up. Semiconductor? That was a better idea. Technically speaking, we could even adjust the
You got it.
Conductance factor to control the amount of power the engine absorbed. That sounded clever. I adjusted the flywheel to get a better look at it, see if installing a conductor was possible. As I turned the wheel, the gemstone flew out of my hands and headed straight into the designated compartment we left out for it. I gasped. The device started sparking and buzzing from the overwhelming cluster of force. Sparks filled the room, giving it a blue glow. Adrenaline burned in my insides. My eyes went dry and I couldn't look away. The flywheel started spinning, accelerating at a rate so rapid I doubted its velocity could be measured. The gemstone grew brighter and brighter as fear boiled in my blood. Before I knew it, the room had gone blank. A white light blazing the furniture, the walls, everything. It blinded my sight, so much so that I couldn't distinguish objects anymore. I heard Jinx scream for the tremendous pressure applied to our bodies. I shut my eyes, hoping for an end to this bizarre nightmare. And then suddenly it stopped. Oh, my eyes, seeing the space exactly how it was before this unimaginable incident. Jinx was on the floor, covering her head with her arms. My lungs worked briskly, trying to deliver oxygen to the parts of my body that were deprived of it. When my senses came back to me, I turned up to the engine. It was no longer an engine. I couldn't believe what was in front of me. What was it? Well, I guess we'll find out next time. I'm not.
On Battlestar Galactica.
Author's note, sheesh, this chapter got me stressing. And yet another cliffhanger. Don't you love being teased? LOL. I'm just curious, whose POV would you like more? I gave a little vote. Comment green heart for Ekko and blue heart for Jinx. I've been alternating because I don't really have a preference, but you have the power to change that. Thanks for now. See ya. Oops. I'm getting spoiled.
You're getting spoiled. Stop spoiling.
I know. I pressed the next chapter, so my Wattpad will remember my place. Holy fuck. Alright, No, that was actually pretty fucking good. My poor brain, though. I felt it melting. Not because the book was bad, I just can't fucking read.
Real, I feel that.
Yeah, it's a tough world being this stupid.
When did we start reading this? I think it was still ongoing when we started, right?
I want to say that. I can load up the video and see, but that I do not remember off the top of my head.
Because this was completed almost a year ago.
Huh.
A little less than a year. The final epilogue was April 10th, 2025.
Damn, we're old.
Hey.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Alright, you know what this means.
The wheel.
The wheel.
The wheel. The wheel.
The wheel. Alright, let's see what we're getting ourselves into. It's Joline wheel time.
Oh my god, we're on my wheel.
Please let me Teru. Oh my goodness!
Okay.
Be nice. I'm finding it. Take it out on to find it. It does. I'm sorry we had to read about that evil twink again.
Oh shit, I forgot the evil twink's in this.
How could you forget that Nagito Kamaida's in this?
See, look, I don't know anything about Nagito Komaida except that you say he's an evil twink.
Yeah. Don't worry, when me and Cameron start playing Danganronpa 2, I'll send you the playthrough. That way you can get cultured.
Oh lord.
I don't know. I need to send you it. Sometimes I send it in the Danganronpa channel, but there's this like Twitter account that I always see that like retweets stuff. Like they'll quote tweet, and it'll be like, for example, it'll be like a picture of like a good ass dinner, right? You got your steak, you got your fucking mashed potatoes with gravy, you got some good ass fucking greens, like broccoli and like asparagus. Everything on that plate looks so fucking good. And then the quote will be like, you have to remove something from this plate. What would it be? And the fucking account will quote retweet and say, I don't know, like Nagito Kamaida.
I have been seeing those. They're so funny.
This is a massive hater, and I love it. I hope to be like that one day. That's my idol.
Truly, you want to be like Nagito Kamaida?
No, I want to be the hater that Nagito Kamaida got.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I strive to be that, what am I trying to say? That's spiteful towards a fictional character, that you make a whole ass Twitter account dissing them.
I mean, you could do that. You could do that right now.
Oh my god, I could be the change! I could just change my Discord thing to it right now.
No more Tenya eating, only I hate,
I hate this
Nagito
stupid
Kamaida.
But I like Tenya Ida.
Well, do you love Tenya Ida more than you hate Nagito Kamaida?
Oh, such a question. I'm gonna have to think about this one. I keep looking over at the pomnies on my desk. They're like infiltrating.
Are you playing Minecraft right now?
I'm AFKing in the gold farm right now.
Okay. Okay.
We really need gold for the power rails, okay? I'm doing a service.
I see that, and I respect it.
Thank you.
Why don't you guys, seed search, for Mesa?
Do what?
You know how you could put in the seed, and then you could look for certain biomes and stuff?
Oh, like one of those?
Yeah, a biome finder.
Oh, that's already in there. We can do that, but like... I mean, I can go look for it. I don't know, it's just... I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this recording for an hour. I'm gonna AFK in the gold farm for a little bit.
How do you farm gold?
Oh, we set up a piglin
you just, like,
farm.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that way they die, and then you get a bunch of like rotten flesh and gold nuggets from them.
Gotcha. What do you do with the rotten flesh?
We can sell it to a cleric in Cameron's village outpost thing, so we can get emeralds for him.
Oh, and then can you buy gold with the emeralds or nah?
I don't think any of the villagers sell gold, unfortunately. I did ask Cameron that, but...
Oh, dang.
I like how we just started talking about Minecraft.
I mean, Minecraft,
I know, it is fun. I just find it funny that we're not even, like, trying to, like, tie back to what we're gonna read or what we just read. We're just, like...
I got distracted by Minecraft.
Yeah, you're like... Yeah, if you just built, like, a nice mechanism with magna blocks and, like, little levels and stuff, you can make a nice gold farm.
Yeah. Speaking of something.
Yes?
I don't know. I'm trying to tie back. I'm trying to segue, but I can't think.
God, I just can't wait to read more Terra stuff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're not excited, but I'm excited that I'm excited.
I'm excited that you are excited.
Thank you. I'm sorry for next week when you have to read it with me.
I can't wait to get violently ill next week.
I'm sorry, Ari, I'm sorry. Hey,
Oh,
the
good,
faster we
okay.
read it, the faster it gets off the wheel, and then you never have to look at it ever again. Because there's no other Terra fanfictions on Wattpad, so...
Oh, that's good at least.
Yeah, oh, yeah, thanks. Not good for me, but...
Oh, yeah. That's so tragic. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It's a rough world out here.
What is the book we're reading?
Sugar and Spice?
Okay, gotcha. It hasn't started me... What chapter are we on for that one? Because I realized it has me at chapter 1.
What? I can look. It should be like... I want to say like 6 at best, but like my memory might be a little hazy.
Yeah, it's probably 6.
Oops, that's not Wattpad. That's Eventbrite. How did I...
Oh, Eventbrite. Where are you going?
Apparently the fucking... Animate Philadelphia, I guess.
Oh shit, you're going to Philly?
Yeah, I guess I'm a Philly girl.
A Philly girl.
Cover girl. Where the fuck is this fuck-ass book? I have all these other fuck-ass books in here, but where's
Maybe
my
you just don't like Terra as much as you thought you did.
I cannot believe you would say that to me. I am his biggest defender out here.
I'm honestly not surprised if that were true.
No, let me just see the parts. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to look at this on the fucking computer because this thing.
You want to see his parts? That's crazy.
Oh, I mean,
jail.
No, you can't. No, you can't jail me for that.
Yes, I can.
Nah, you're not the warden. You would never.
I'll find a way. I'll find a way to be warden by association.
You're like, yeah, actually, Elf is on holiday.
I don't care what I gotta do. What happened?
You're like, actually, Elf's on holiday right now, so like, I'm just going to like temporarily take over the warden duties and put you in jail.
Yeah. You know what?
Can't believe you.
Dude, I'm sending everyone to jail. Anyone shows mild, like, anyone's just mildly content with the character, prison. Elf's gonna come back and it's like, why is everyone in jail? Because they deserve to be.
Wait, wouldn't you have to get thrown in jail
too?
too?
No, not me. I would never.
Don't you like Deltarune characters and Superbad and like other DC characters?
No.
Did
everything
you cry
everything
in my car
I like
about a Robin character?
No, I didn't. I would never do that. I didn't cry in the car.
Well, I know you
have
made, like,
I
a
ranted
fake
in
sob.
the car? Yes.
Yeah, you made the fake sob that you do when you're passionate. You're like, oh, these guys are just so awesome. Yes, that one.
I love fake sobbing. It's so fun.
Yeah. Joline, Sweet Pea, love of my life. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it.
Of course, Spooky.
Yeah. On screen.
Love being here. Love supporting you.
Yeah. On screen is a playlist of all the other Wattpad book coverings I've done in the past. You can with Joline. There's Sage, there's Lego, there's Weirdo, and there's Honeybee. So if you want to see specific people, you can see who read what with who. You can tell. And then the last Wattpad book covering that's on screen right now is, if I can find it. Oh, it's Honeybee's chat. It's a Honeybee episode of me and her reading Murther. So if you want to see that, go check it out. I love Honeybee.
I do love Honeybee.
Yeah. Are we like a polycule?
That's my wife right there. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we're all dating each other. Anyway, Joline, you have any final words?
I don't have any final words.
Those are some awesome final words.
And empty. Thank you.
On that note, my name is Phoenix. That was Joline, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye!